Hey, hey, hey. I see y'all rolling in. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Really excited to make this announcement. Hey, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Trying to pin this. There we go. Welcome. I feel like I should have some music playing. Definitely feel like I should have some music playing right now. Welcome. I'm going to give people a chance to jump in. I'm going to wait for my amazing partner and co-host for this interesting and dynamic conversation in this exciting moment for the well and for one of the amazing ladies who have applied to this grant. So I'm Nakia Drummond. I'm founder of the Well Women Entrepreneur Leadership Lab, also known as She's Well Networked in this space. Really excited because we have this amazing partnership with Collectively, an organization in Baltimore that's doing such great work. I mean, I can't say enough how amazing and awesome the work is that Collectively is doing. And if you're not familiar with Collectively, look them up. It's spelled collectively with none of the vowels except the I after the T. How about that? And so Collectively is awesome. They'll be on. Jamie, who is the founder of Collectively, will be on with us in a second. And I'm just really excited to make this announcement and to share this work. And before I do, I want to just give you all a chance to say hello. How are you feeling today? Really, how are you? What's your excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10? How excited are you? Who are you hoping wins this grant today? And this We Got Your Back grant was brought to us by Collectively in partnership with them. They wanted to push it to a woman in the well who is a part of this community, who's doing great work to build her business and to build her community. And it's unprecedented. Like, the way they want to do this, or the way that we've decided to do this grant, Jamie's idea for this grant, and I want him to talk about it. And as he comes on in a second, I just want to say, I'm so grateful to have met him. I actually applied for one of their grants, micro grants, maybe 2 years ago, where it's sort of voter's choice. And through it, Jamie ended up, I didn't even hear from Jamie personally, but he was connected to the Congressional Black Caucus, and they were looking for speakers for panels, and he gave my name. He shared my name, and I ended up speaking on this panel at the Congressional Black Caucus, and that is where I actually met him. And it just, speaks to, one, the power of network and the power of using your network to uplift others, and that is what he's doing every single day, and doing it, leaving the patriarchy out of philanthropy, which is so revolutionary, really, in this space. And I'm just honored to be connected to this brother. He's amazing. So I'm going to invite Jamie Wooten in right now and give him his flowers. Hey, y'all. Hey, thanks for joining us. Waiting for Jamie to come in. Hey, Jamie.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. We're finally here.
Yes, we're finally here. And and I'm give you your flowers while you're here. I'm always singing your praises when I get an opportunity to, because you're amazing. You're dynamic. You're just such a dynamic leader and such a necessity in our community. And I just want to say thank you. We're so grateful for the work that you do every day. Outside of the well, I'm getting emotional. You're an amazing leader, and I'm grateful to know you.
Thank you. It goes both ways. It's been a great journey, us together, trying to figure out ways to partner and be in community together. So we're finally here. We couldn't think of a better organization to partner with than the Well. I'm really full because, I've been thinking a lot about my sister. My sister, she passed away at 53. She was an entrepreneur here in the city. She went to George Washington Law School, came back and opened two pizza delivery stores in West Baltimore. But lost at 53, and that grind is real. That of the bootstrap. We celebrate the resilience of our community, but it can take you out as well. And so, developing a culture of health, making sure that we're supporting sisters that are doing this work, is extremely important. If it wasn't We Got Your Back, it would be the Sherry Lynn Wooten Award, because I'm thinking a lot about my dear sister who was 10 years older than me, taught me a lot, and just thankful for her on this day.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yes, honor to her, and we celebrate her today and hope that, just feel her spirit in this space, because you're right. Like that grind, I tell people all the time, I'm saying all the time when we're in spaces, like all of the work and like Black Girl Magic and, all of the hustle and all, like, yeah, that's all real, but so is heart disease.
That's right.
I say it all the time, and and we're the ones getting it. We're the ones who are carrying all of that on our backs and in our bodies. And so I definitely honor your sister for her sacrifice, but also for the lessons she taught you about the price that we pay for that grind and for that hustle. And so we are really committed to reminding each other through the well that, like, that's not the life, right? Like, that's not the life that we are not here to labor, right? Like, we're here to live. And so yeah, like I'm really excited for this moment, and just thank you for honoring her legacy in this way with us.
Absolutely, thank you.
So this is such an exciting moment. I do want to give a moment for you to just kind of share like the process for both how you went about raising the funds to do this, and how the selection process went, so that everybody knows before we announce this amazing winner of this first grant, because I'm
That's
hoping we can like make this a thing. Somebody said to me today, this is like unheard of. Like for no strings attached, and something that can be so transformational for somebody. Like nobody gives us anything with nothing attached to it. And so I would if you can just share like how it came about in the process.
Yeah, and let me say the advisory board was like, can we give everybody, like, how much money do we have? Can we get everybody?
I know.
Not yet. But we'll get there. It's the idea first that I've been thinking about of just like, We Got Your Back. What would it look like to surround community folk with a network? One of the processes I did of that University of Pennsylvania was a process we did called Give Get, a way of sort of sharing of what you can give and also ways in which folks can give to you. So that was the idea. And then I was in a funders meeting, and one of the funders said, Jamie, I have a friend. She wants to pay, like a single mother's rent for a year. Like, what should I tell her? I was like, tell her to call me. And she did. She called me, and I was just like, I don't want to make it this sort of deficit-based, sort of poverty type of piece. Like, we're in solidarity with our sisters, like, and for it to make sense for collectively, like, could we find a sister that's already in community doing work and come alongside her? So I pitched it to the board. They loved it. And I was like, man, like, we don't have our own ready-made community already. So, like, what's best for, like, this sister? And so, of course, I thought about you and ran it across you. And you've been like, yes, we would love to do it. And so that was the beginning of, like, okay, now we got to raise this money. The individual committed to providing $600 a month for 12 months. And so I began looking at some research out of the United Way in New Jersey called ALICE, Asset Limited Income Constrained and Employed. And what the data said for Baltimore was that you needed about $15 an hour to survive in Baltimore and $29 to be stable in Baltimore. So just to be stable, that's not even thriving. We're just stable at $29 an hour. And so we came up with this number of like, what would it be to give $2,000 a month to a sister and sort of like lift that burden of, like, we've all been in that space of, starting as entrepreneurs. And if I just had the ability to have a little more runway and leeway to be able to serve community and not necessarily have to worry about pressing bills and other things that might be there. And so we started to fundraise, and other folks have committed to, $10 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month. And so we're here, and I'm just like, yes, we want to support the sister. We also want to do this for men as well. Like, we want to start with a sister, but we also know, looking at some of the Rise Chetty data out of Harvard, that Baltimore is the hardest city for economic mobility for Black men, right? So this is the worst place to be born as a Black man in this country. And so we want to make sure we're supporting our brothers too. But of course, it was only right to start with our dear sisters. And so we're happy to be here and partner with you. And so what we did was we handed it to our advisory board, to only the sisters on our advisory board. So Shauna Mary Brown, Tanae Lynn Harris, Crystal Starvis. We actually brought in Mama Jerry, Dr. Jerry Peak as well, and Angel St. John. And they came with their top 5, and then we all came together and began to discuss, like, how are we feeling about, what we're seeing. The winner appeared on everybody's list. She was number 1 or number 2 on everybody's list. And so what we saw, themes around community, around vision, around impact, even when she talked about her own self-care and giving back to community was very important to all of us. And so that's how we arrived here.
Well, that's awesome. And the point around the amount, that number sticks out so much and is so significant because $24,000 is also the annual wage gap between Black women and white men on jobs. $24,000, a little more, but under 25. 24, it's like 24/7 is the average annual revenue for a Black woman-owned business. And a lot of times, we have looked at that as like, oh, what's going wrong with Black women-owned businesses? And we need to do this, we need to do that. But I have started to think about, like, knowing us, and there hasn't been any research that's been done on this, is that just us closing the gap? Because so many of us start businesses as side hustles, and are we just making up for that gap and what we're not being paid in our jobs by making that other 24-some thousand through side businesses and everything? So that 24,000 is so significant in the sense that if a woman is growing her business on the side, and a gifting like this, an award like this, literally closes that gap for her. And what does that mean for her family? It means paying off debt that she may have had to take because she wasn't making what she should have been. It means that she can practice self-care in a way that her life may not have allowed for. And it's exciting to me that you thought about this in such a broad way, that it was about, what does she need to be whole? Like, she can use this money to be whole, and it's not just about the grind and growing her business and doing another thing to grow a business, because in pouring into herself, her business is going to bloom and blossom further. So
that's right.
Really excited.
And I think it's hard for us to sometimes. It's hard for me still sometimes to stop. Like, the grind is real. It's embedded. And it's important, and we want to disrupt, even the ways in which philanthropy and funders give money to community. Yes, you can give Black folks no strings attached grants. You can support and invest in our people. You can say yes to a sister, go to the spa, take a vacation, have somebody cook for you. You can do, like, all of that helps you show up better in the community. And so we're happy to again come alongside you. Awesome.
All right. Well, without further ado, we are going to announce this winner of this very first We Got Your Back grant, which will come with a $2,000 a month, 4-year stipend towards this woman, her life, her business, her however she needs to use it to be whole in whatever space she's in, and to feel like she can do the things that she wants to do and thrive. Jamie, do you want to announce?
So I want to say too, like, to all of our sisters on our team, they're like, we want to meet everybody from the well. We want to see how we can. They really fell in love with all of the sisters. The videos were extremely powerful, impactful. So we thank everybody who submitted. It's up to you. You want the honor?
And look, I want to know, I'm not watching them until after this is over. I didn't want to, like, watch and I want, like, my sharing of whoever it is, because I wasn't a part of like the judging of it at all. I wanted to just be purely from a place of I'm just happy for them, not tainted by, oh, I would have picked this person. So I have not even watched the videos. I have them up so that I can watch them later, but I have not watched them yet. While I do know who the person is, and so I'm going to say the name. But Jamie, I want you to circle back with like any of the reflections that came out from your committee. And we absolutely would love to be in community with these sisters. And we thank them and honor them too for their time that they spent going through this process, for pouring into us in this way, even, you know, whether it's the person who wins or the person who they just gave energy to, because I am so sure that they watch these videos and that they will say these ladies' names in other spaces. They will refer them out. They'll buy their products or their services, because Black women are the plug, period. Black women plug each other and will plug people like nobody else. And so I already know that they're going to do this. So the winner of this very first We Got Your Back grant is Dominique Clifton.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sis. So really, really excited for Dominique. And I know a bit about like her own personal story and like even her joining us in the well, and how much of a leap of faith that was for her, and like what this, I don't even know what this means for her, but I would love to hear from her. But before she jumps in, if you can just share any of the reflections that were shared by the ladies who reviewed and selected Dominique.
Yeah, I think Dominique came, was number one, number two on everybody's list when they first came in together. I think community, self-care, the way she's giving back through her business definitely resonated. But also, I think the phase, so the phase that she's in her business, I think really resonated with the sisters of like, yeah, we know what it is to get something off the ground. And so like they really thought that resonated, that we want to look at an organization that is in that phase when we remember when we were trying to stand up our businesses. So Dominique became the one that's, you know, folks said that she's the one for us.
Yay, Dominique. And she's such an awesome spirit and just a beautiful soul. So Dominique's request to join us. I want to invite you into the conversation right now, so we can see your beautiful face and hear your voice. So go ahead and request us if you can gather yourself. All right, she's requested to join. Let her in. I've never done with 3 people alive, so we'll see how this goes. All right, there we go, Dominique.
Thank y'all so much. I'm lost for words right now, honestly. I'm really trying to like pull myself together.
We're so happy for you, so proud of you. Look at all the support pouring in.
Definitely, congratulations. We're honored to walk alongside you. Yeah, and we got your back.
Yes. Yes.
Nakia, when you reached out to me, I had just changed my Instagram and y'all had a hard time getting in contact. And I shared with you back in August how hard this year has been for me and how I've wanted to give up. And in August and September and a part of October, I was going to like give up and go back to a full-time job. And I really had to do soul searching about if I was going to stay in this. And then I made a decision that I was going to go all in. And I was just like, God, I need you to show me that I'm on the right path. It's been so hard. I'm just really grateful right now. Like just full of gratitude. Thank you.
Yeah,
no. We're honored. This is a blessing. Again, this whole week I've been thinking about my sister, and so you know, coming from a family of entrepreneurs, my mom, my dad, everybody, we definitely know the grind and vibe. And so yeah, we want to be beyond the monetary gift. We definitely want to stay in community and support you any type of way we can.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and this just goes to show when you take that step. When you extend yourself to the thing that's in your heart and your spirit to do, that God will meet you there.
trust, because that's been a big lesson for me this year has been trust. Like when I'm not seeing things add up and I'm not understanding how the vision is gonna like fall into place, just trusting. So this was really a big confirmation just to keep going.
Yeah. And we're going to the top.
Yes.
To the top. With you whole.
Yes.
With you whole and healthy. And we don't have to grind for it. We can just do our part. So
wow.
That's right.
I'm not normally at a loss for words, but I'm
Hey, Dom, say a little bit about mentally fit wellness.
Or so, and we can chop it up some more.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm saying share a little bit about mentally fit wellness. Your business.
Yeah, yes, please.
I've been over the last year and a half, I've been coaching, and this year coaching just got really hard. Like it was just like everything I was doing, like nothing was working out. The clients stopped coming in, and I just kept doing more to try to make it work, and I was stressing myself out. And you know, like I said, in June or July, like finances took a turn suddenly, and I was just like really like in a place of like I have to figure things out. My husband is an entrepreneur, so you know, in my household, like we really are like and trying to like build the dream. And you know, so I paused on coaching. And so originally Mentally Fit Wellness started out as coaching for women, working with women of color. And you know, I started seeing this pattern with them. They would always come to me stressed. You know, the goal was weight loss, but there was always stress at the forefront. And so once doing research and really like understanding how stress impacts our bodies, I became like enthralled in just learning and more, and you know, putting all the pieces together. And so the idea for the mobile movement studio, which is where I have pivoted to now, really came from my year of stress, because I was just trying to make this business work, you know, seeing it with my clients and realizing like if we, as I would consider privileged women of color, don't have the tools and the resources and knowledge to manage our stress, like what does that mean for our community who has resources? And so the idea came to me, and at first I kind of pushed it off. It was big, and you know, I was like, no, God, not right now. And it kept coming back up. And so like I said, you know, August, September, I was kind of teetering, like I'm about to give up on this entrepreneurship thing because it's not working. But this vision, man, it's like a flame in my heart that's burning so intensely. So I'm just ready to make it happen. And so now I'm working on this mobile movement studio, like working to secure funding. You know, I've been working on fellowships, like just all sorts of stuff over the last like 3 or 4 months, working behind the scenes to build it. You know, and it's starting to pick up a little. I'm getting a little, you know, here and there, people are just excited about it. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm really, really excited to make it work. And like you all were saying, as you all were talking, you know, I'm like, oh, the suspense is killing me. But we really, as entrepreneurs, like we have to take care of ourselves. And so part of my work is sharing that, but it's also making sure I practice what I preach every day. And, you know, it's not easy when you're trying to make sure you're keeping the lights on, you know. So, yeah, this is definitely like, it's big.
Yay. I'm so excited. So excited. And Dominique and I have been talking about, we've had at least one or two conversations about how to incorporate the work that she's doing in the well, because one of the things that is a domain for us is you. You are at the center of all the learning we do around all the other stuff is you, and like us being tending to ourselves. And so how do we incorporate more self-care into our practices as a community of business owners, of mothers, of all the things that we are, all the hats and titles that we have and hats that we wear. And she and I had already started a conversation about how the work that she does can be more embedded in the work that we're doing here in the well, because there's that collaboration as we're doing this work together. So really, really excited for you to keep going, Dominique, because we need you.
And as Jamie was talking, something was laid on my heart, so I'm going to send an email and, you know, connect with you about that. As he was talking about his sister and just the work, you know, I something came to me, and so I'll share with you, and we can figure out how to.
I can't wait. Thank you so much, Jamie. Yeah. Thank you, Dominique, for answering your call.
I reached out to you through email when the thing happened with WJZ. I'm just grateful. Like, I can't wait to meet you in person. Your energy, you know, just like through just the collect what you're doing with collectively, and just, I'm keeping up with the newsletter. Thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. Like, it's Nakia just, spoke so highly, and I just was nodding in agreement with everything. You are a powerful presence, and I'm just really real glad to be in your sphere. So
Thank you, sister. Yeah, definitely looking forward to this year together. We're gonna stay connected and build together. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, 'cause we got to come back here in a year and talk about what this year has meant for you, Dominique. We want to hear all about like just how you took things to the next level for yourself. Like, I'm not even just talking about the business. I'm talking about just for you, like what this is, what the next year means for you. We'd love to hear about it. So
let's plan.
thank you both again. Not going to belabor this. So grateful for you, Jamie. So grateful for the work that you're doing and for this first step in partnership. And it's a huge one. This is huge. And I hope you feel it and sit with it today as well. And I know how easy it is for us to just do like on to the next thing because it's work. I hope you sit with this and realize the impact of the work that you're doing.
For sure.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you. All right,
y'all.
We'll see y'all soon. Thanks everybody for hopping on, for sharing love, for Dominique, for showing up here in this space, for all the ladies who submitted videos. We love you. We love the work that you're doing. We honor you. We could only have one person win today, but that is not any indication at all of the worthiness of you, your work, and of our desire to pour into you, and just know that other things are coming, sort of even greater things than this. And we're all going to keep doing our part so that we can just keep going, keep leveling up together, and doing it in community. So thank you all.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm going to go celebrate my husband's birthday now.
Oh,
See y'all later. Bye-bye.